guess I'd have a hard time saying point blank that art is important at all, but I do think that art is one of many things that can serve to connect people on a human level to one another. So I am a poet, I write a poem and I show it to someone, and then they know me a little better, and then I can know them a little better, and it creates this intimacy, it creates an actual human bond between people that, I don't know, I think it's sort of that sort of bond, a human bond between people that's based on respect and care, is kind of the root of community itself. So art is a way through which community can be built. I don't think art in and of itself is intrinsically important or interesting or great. I just happen to like it. Space is a poetry studio that's been in existence for a few years. One thing that Space does is every Saturday there's a writers group where people can come and bring their writing and have it discussed openly by others. However, you don't have to come with writing. Anyone's welcome to come to take part in like this discussion of new writing by people from the Lincoln community that are writers. And that happens every Saturday, and that's something that goes down in Space.
First line, I think, works. That second line, it's immensely complex and vision of simple comforts. I really like what you're saying. I would be curious if you like kind of change the syntax of that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that's.
And just try a few different ways of like saying that line.
Yeah.
But I
definitely.
like what you're like digging at with that
Yeah.
line.
Additionally, there are readings on a semi-regular basis on First Friday and sometimes other days. If there's like a poet passing through town who wants to read in Lincoln, or if someone just wants to have a reading in Space and they set it up for some day that isn't on First Friday.
Metal gin, spin the bottle and kiss darkness. Why am I locked inside my closeted chest brain? You see? I remember nothing, it's just explosions. It's just walk and talk. I wish I was a little bit taller.
We also make books. People through Space make books. Most recently made a collection of contemporary love poetry that had over 190 contributors that we published in February of 2014. And that was a pretty huge project. So I don't know, that's some of the stuff that happens through Space. It's like all the art galleries have art shows on First Friday of every month. So like April 4th would be an example of a date. And then it's a good way to get lots of people out at once to check out a bunch of different things. So as far as that goes with Space, we saw, or I should say Kyle Crawford saw First Friday happening, and he noticed like this sort of vibrant art thing happening in Lincoln, and he thought that perhaps poetry could carve out a space within that. And that's why we started Space, the studio, was to interact with this Lincoln art First Friday and make poetry a fabric of that. And yeah, like First Friday is just a time when there's a lot of people walking around, socializing and looking at creative things. And when they come into Space, typically they get a chance to see poetry, or at least have a conversation with a poet.
It is called The McCoys Have a Long History of Anger Problems. The city is fish hooks. Everyone is ignoring my symptoms of Agent Orange exposure. The city is windy cheeks. These are my lesions. My daughter is selling her medication for attention deficit disorder. She cuts out pictures of babies from magazines with scissors. Everywhere in the city, my friends are getting jumped by boys on bicycles. These boys are taking the hats of my friends in this city. There is a witch who has been emailing me spells, specific spells for money. With the money in the city, my family will eat pizza, I will not eat the pizza. It is witch pizza. The city is fish hooks. When nobody listens, I beat on the table. It is my beating table. The city can bite me.